All right. So here we are going live for the very first time with Unemployable on Purpose. So welcome, Stacy. Thank you so much for being my first live guest on LinkedIn. And I know that you're going to have some great shares with our LinkedIn community. And so let me tell you folks a little bit about what we're doing. Again, my title, Unemployable on Purpose. And actually, Stacy and I have both been unemployable on purpose now for over 3 decades. Stacy, can you believe that? Well, I shouldn't say over three, just under three, actually. And it's pretty awesome what we've been able to accomplish together. So we're going to do this every single month. We're going to have some lives for you guys to learn a little bit about what people are doing and have done with our team. Stacy comes to us with a background as a custom home builder as well as a land developer. So Stacy, let's just jump in. Let's talk a little bit about your story and, where you were personally and professionally when you and I first met. Again, it's 28 years ago now.
I know, it's crazy, and I'm honored to be your very first guest. Thanks for having me. And yeah, it feels like yesterday, right? When we partnered up and I was, I guess, open to taking a look at maybe making a change in what I was doing. And I think in life, sometimes you go down different roads. I mean, I went to university, thought that that's what I was going to do, and ended up having some medical issues, which, allowed me to, I guess I'm going to use the word allowed, but I ended up moving back home. And my parents had ran a very successful home building and land development company. And, I had always said I would never, ever, ever work for them. Growing up, I was around the kitchen table and all we talked about was business, business, business. And I really didn't have an interest in home building, especially as a female. And when I moved back home and I was unemployed, and really kind of wondering what I was going to do, my dad threw me into a sales center. And I knew nothing, but that month I sold 3 homes, and it sort of got in my blood how I could help people be able to build their dream home. And, I said sitting there for, a couple of weeks turned into 15 years. But it was an amazing experience. And I learned so much about the home building industry. And I was very fortunate to be able to generate a really great income as well. But a lot of times when you're creating a great income, you're also missing out on other things.
Right. So at that time in your life, I remember when we met. I mean, Kyle was just, a couple years old at the time. So what changed for you, Stacy, at that time?
Well, I think I was what you might call successfully discontent. I was definitely looking, to have some more balance in my life. I didn't know how I was going to do that. I had actually looked at, maybe a franchise. And what I discovered there was that I was really going to buy myself a job. So I really wanted to, especially as a mom with this new little baby, I wanted to be able to, have that time freedom and flexibility, but I wasn't willing to give up a 6-figure income either. And so I was looking, but had no idea what I was going to actually do to be able to fulfill those dreams.
Right. Well, and isn't it interesting that actually a mutual friend introduced us because she thought, hey, I don't know, maybe this would be a fit. And so we'll always be forever grateful to our friend Christina for sure for introducing us.
Well, now, it's about relationships, right? And you never know which path you're going to cross that leads you to someone else that, can have a great influence in your life. And I'm forever grateful that Christina was in my life and introduced me to you.
Absolutely. Now, I know when we first got started, I mean, it's not like you say, you couldn't walk away from your 6-figure income. And again, you guys, this is like 28 years ago, you were earning that kind of income. Mm-hmm. I was earning nowhere near a 6-figure income all those years ago. But what happened to make you decide to like really throw in, to just go, okay, I'm going to do this? I know some, personal things happened, and I'd love for you to maybe do a little dive into that.
Well, I think sometimes when the things in life that hit you hard, that you maybe don't think about, makes you really sit down and think about your life and what you really want to do. And in our case, we had a great life. We had a double income. We were new parents with this beautiful little baby boy. And everyone probably thought our life was great, probably what a lot of people wanted. But we didn't have a lot of time back then either. We were passing Kyle, my son. Gary worked really early. I worked really late. So yes, we didn't have daycare, but we weren't really together as a family unit. So sometimes you can have all the money in the world, but you still don't have a great life. And then the unexpected happened, and our son Kyle, who was 3 years old, was diagnosed with autism. And that was 29 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even know the word autism, had never experienced anybody that had autism. I will tell you, we grieved for a little while. I played the why me game for probably about 12 months. And I just knew I needed to have some flexibility in my life, and I needed to be at home and find something that I could do and work remotely, so that I could give Kyle all the attention that he really, really needed. And, it's so interesting because in so many cases, Myrna, I don't know if people realize how fast that can happen in their lives, right? And do you have, a plan B? Do you have a revenue stream? Do you have savings, that can take you through that period? And that could be, someone in your family getting ill. It could be losing your employment. It could be a nasty divorce. I mean, there's so many different things that we don't necessarily have control over. But with Kyle, I knew that I just needed to change career paths. And
Right.
I couldn't give up that 6-figure income. So I transitioned over a period of time as well. And, I always say things happen for a reason. Sometimes when one door closes, an even better door opens.
Right. Well, let's talk about that better door. I mean, what does life look like now for you and Gary and Kyle, but Kelsey as well, because after Kyle, you had Kelsey. So what's life at the Bodnars now?
Well, I think life is peaceful at the Bodnars now. We've been able to create a great life because of the team that we've been able to develop alongside yourself, and the community. We have, I don't know how many people can honestly say that they enjoy what they do, that they have fun. I just went through this the other day. Someone said, well, when are you going to retire? I said, never. Right? Because I enjoy what I'm doing right now. Why would I retire? I'm able to, generate a great income for our family. We're able to have flexibility in our lives. We can, travel when we want to. We can schedule any appointments when we want to. And it gives us great peace.
Yeah. Balance and peace, right? There's nothing like it.
And I guess we should say, a lot of people say, well, I want to have that balance in my life. You know what? We work hard, but we enjoy what we do. And there's a difference there, right? When you're truly creating something for your family that you enjoy versus just going to the office every day because you have to. I mean, one of the things, Myrna, that, I'm sure you've heard this too. People will say, well, I only have to work another 10 years before I can retire. Or, I'm only here because I have to. And I look at that and go, man, that's kind of sad that every day you wake up thinking, oh, I've only got, 10 years, 4 days, so many minutes, where I wake up and go, hey, who can I get to help today? How can I help someone today?
total different mindset. And I know that, I mean, for both of us, we kind of had to get out of balance to get into balance, right? So when you have the right vehicle to work towards that can help you make that transition and, really have that peaceful life, when everything's paid and you don't have to worry, you really get to be the person you want to be in life for yourself, for your family, for the people that you care about. It's really pretty special.
And I think in my case in particular, I'm leaving a legacy
Hmm.
that I know that my kids are going to be taken care of.
Right.
And, that's so I think that's really important in today's world. I think as a parent, we want to make sure that we do that. But in a lot of cases, you may be leaving your family with debt. Um, we're certainly not doing that. But we've made a conscious effort to work hard to be able to, make sure that everyone's taken care of and also to be able to give. There is great joy when you're able to give to great causes, for instance, because of the career path that you've chosen.
For sure. Well, let's wrap up by talking about the future. I mean, you are super excited about e-commerce, and where we're going, as well as we are developing our team and the people that you're bringing with us. I mean, we're always saying, who can we help and how can we help them? So what do you see as our future and what's going on with e-commerce and how you and I are working together?
Well, the world's changing. We've seen the world change. I look back 30 years ago and people might not even remember a catalog, but we remember, the good old Sears catalogs, right? And that's how people did business. Today, the brick and mortar is tough. If you are a business owner, you know that brick and mortar is tough. People are, shopping, they're doing business online, they're investing online. I mean, everything is going online. And so we're excited about, just being able to help people simplify their lives too, and being able to spend more time with their family because they're not out in the brick and mortar. And listen, brick and mortar has a place, but when you can save time and you can save money, that's what people are looking for today.
Absolutely. Well, girl, I so appreciate you again for being here with me today, for saying yes back in 1994 to taking a look at, what we have to offer. I will forever be grateful. And again, like you said earlier, it's about those relationships. I mean, you and I have traveled the world together now, where we've raised families together now, both two-leggeds and four-leggeds.
Mhm.
And it's a real special opportunity, like you say, to really leave a legacy, and to touch so many lives.
Well, and thank you, Myrna, because you know what? It really is the relationships that we formed, but having a partner to work together is really key
Mhm.
too. And I really think that, coming out of the crazy world that we've been in as well, people want that connection with other people. And you've certainly
Mhm.
been able to do that. And we're working on goals together, not individually, which is so important.
Yeah, awesome. Well, thanks again. I can't wait to see you next week, live and in person. It's going to be amazing. And thanks for everybody who tuned in today. Appreciate you being with us and look forward to our next segment of Unemployable on Purpose. We hope you'll be with us. Bye, everyone.